Hello guys, welcome to Jet Central here on Jets TV. As usual guys, go Jets, but this is Unbiased Sports Talk. I got my Jet paraphernalia on here, Please comment, rate, subscribe guys, comment, rate, subscribe. Please like the videos as well. Gonna go ahead and get into my Week 15 recap for my picks, so let's go ahead and get into it. Atlanta 41, Jacksonville 14. I took Atlanta in this game, got me a win. Matt Ryan came out and threw for 224. Roddy White had 135 yards catching the ball. This was utter domination by Atlanta. Jacksonville never had a chance. Blaine Gabbert sucks. Jacksonville offense outside of Maurice Jones-Drew pretty much sucks. Maurice Jones-Drew had 112 yards rushing. He's playing, Maurice Jones-Drew is a beast. I mean, he's pretty much a diamond surrounded by trash. And Atlanta just took care of him like a boss. So win for Atlanta and a win for me as well. Next game, Dallas 31, Tampa Bay 15. I took Dallas in this game. That got me a win. Tony Romo threw for 249 in this game. Witten had 77 yards catching. Dallas ran the ball well as well. Dallas just took care of business. Tampa Bay was just turnover prone. They were throwing picks. I mean, Josh Freeman just played like super trash. I mean, it was all bad for Tampa Bay. Dallas came out, took care of business early, and got the job done. So hats off to Dallas. They won, got me a win as well. Carolina 28, Houston 13. I took Houston in this game. That got me a loss. Yates did not play well in this game. He looked confused out there. Also, Houston's defense was letting up a lot of runs. D'Angelo Williams had a big run in this game for Carolina. Really broke them open, got a touchdown. There were some touchdowns. Just being scored by Carolina. Cam Newton had threw for one. I mean, they were just getting the job done in Carolina as far as offense, and Houston just could not crack the code defensively today. So hats off to Carolina. You guys got the job done, and you guys got a win. That got me a loss. Washington 23, the Giants 10. This was a very surprising loss for me from the Giants. Eli Manning came out through for 257, but that just was not good enough. Washington really made some plays against, the Giants secondary, which is extremely weak. Santana Moss had a touchdown catch in this game that I thought was really good. And Washington just came in, took the game away, got the job done. So hats off to Washington. You guys got a win. And that got me a loss. Miami 30, Buffalo 23. I took Buffalo in this game, and man, Reggie Bush had 203 yards rushing. Are you serious, Buffalo? You gave up 203 yards rushing to Reggie Bush. He was running in between the tackles. You guys just drafted Marcel Darius. What the heck is going on? The wheels are falling off in Buffalo, clearly, and nobody's circling the wagons in Buffalo. So shouts out to Miami. Shouts out to the Dolphins. You guys got a win. That got me a loss. Seattle 38, Chicago 14. DeVaris Jackson at 227 throwing. You know what? Seattle really came out and took care of business. Chicago is just lacking offensive weapons. Johnny Knox, he also goes down with a back injury. It looked like he's got an injury to his cervical spine, I believe they said. If you look that injury up, it was gruesome. He pretty much got bent in half. You could tell immediately he was, injured really, really bad. So now you're telling me the Chicago Bears are going to miss Matt Forte, which is their star running back, Jay Cutler, which is their star quarterback, and now Johnny Knox, another offensive weapon. Things are just falling off in Buffalo. But, Seattle got the win, and boom, that got me a win as well. New Orleans 42, Minnesota 20. Drew Brees had 412 yards in this game. I mean, New Orleans really just dominated this game, and they put the brakes on because they really could have scored a lot more than just 42 points on you, Minnesota. So, there's not much to talk about coming out of Minnesota. New Orleans got the job done. Drew Brees looked great in this game. So shouts out to New Orleans. You guys won. They got me a win as well. Cincinnati 20, St. Louis 13. Kellen Clemens was just harassed all day by Cincinnati's front three and front four that they were sending at him. He was getting banged around in St. Louis. He looked clueless from time to time. He had no idea where these guys were coming from. Cedric Benson had 76 yards rushing for Cincinnati. Cincinnati came out and just did what they do. Ran the ball really well, a lot of play action. A.J. Green had 115 yards catching as well. Andy Dalton was, threw some really nice balls. They just got the job done. Cincinnati took care of business, and they won, and that got me a win as well. Next game, Indianapolis Colts against Tennessee. Indy won the game 27-13. Man, I picked Tennessee. Boy, that was a bad pick because Chris Brown for the Colts came out and ran for 161 yards. Man, let me tell you, the Colts came out and played inspired today. They played like they did not want to do an offer. They didn't want to go the entire season without a loss. And they came out and really played very, very well and just got the job done. Took the game away from Tennessee. Tennessee, where's Chris Johnson? I mean, a lot of things just, Tennessee is just so questionable. That's all I'm going to leave it at. It's just like 1 week they're a really good team. The next week, or 1 week they're a decent team. The next week you have no clue what you're getting from. I don't understand Tennessee. But you know what? Hey, they're keeping the Jets playoff dreams alive with that loss. So, you know, good riddance to you, Tennessee. So that got me a loss. I took Tennessee. That got me a loss. Kansas City 19, Green Bay 14. I picked Green Bay in this game. That got me a loss. I really thought that Green Bay's offense was really just going to come out and put up numbers. But you know what? Kyle Orton came out and threw for 299. You know, Kansas City came out. Romeo Crennel is now coaching Kansas City since they fired Todd Haley, the nut bag that they had in there. And he came out with a really nice defensive scheme and got the job done. You know, Aaron Rodgers looked off all day. Tampa Bay for the Kansas City Chiefs. I keep talking about this guy every week. I keep telling people that he is one of the top 5 defensive ends in this league. People laugh at me all the time, hit me in my inbox, and also comment on my videos and tell me I don't know what I'm talking about when I talk about Tampa Bay. He had 3 sacks in this game, and he was harassing Aaron Rodgers all day and all night long. And let me tell you, that made a huge difference. Aaron Rodgers was off spots. A lot of the balls were sailing on him. He was getting sacked as well. He wasn't as mobile as he usually is. Wasn't able to make plays outside the pocket because Tampa Bay was in his face all night long. So, you know, Kansas City came out and played very well. That gives Green Bay its first loss of the season. They're 13-1. But, you know, they're still a deadly team. Nobody should be counting them out because they lost 1 game. If anything, you should think they're more deadly now because the pressure of being undefeated is off their shoulders. So, you know, shout out to Kansas City. You guys took care of business. Good job, and you guys got a win. That got me a loss. Detroit 28, Oakland 27. I took Detroit in this game, and it was for the exact reasons that I took Detroit in this game that Oakland lost. Oakland pretty much came out and just blew it. Matt Stafford had 391 in this game throwing the ball, but you know what? Detroit came back with basically like 2 minutes left, had a 99-yard drive, and Oakland just gave it up and got it. You know, and Detroit had a touchdown. Got a touchdown on the last drive. Calvin Johnson, again, had a field day with that secondary. He had 214 catching. Calvin Johnson, how do you let Calvin Johnson, of all people, come and get 214 on you? So, you know, things are just, you know, that was a devastating loss because if Oakland would have won yesterday, or would have won, Sunday, they would have actually been number 1 in the AFC West. You know, I mean, things that go on in Oakland. You guys got to get it together. Next game, New England 41, Denver 23. I took New England in this game. Tom Brady had 320 throwing the ball. Tim Tebow had 93 yards rushing. You know what? I really don't care. Aaron Hernandez is tight end for New England. He had 129 yards catching. New England basically just came out, did exactly what I said, scored a lot of points, and Broncos couldn't keep up. Tim Tebow, you know, he did his thing. I'm not going to say, I mean, we all know he can't throw, so, you know, he had some really nice rushes in this game where he actually, you know, broke away from a couple tackles. But, you know, once Denver runs into a team that can score points, they have difficulty, you know, containing. They have difficulty, you know, stopping them. So New England came in and stopped that Tebow mania and took care of business. So shout out to New England. You guys got a win, and that got me a win as well because I took them. Arizona 20, Cleveland 17. And this game went into overtime. I took Arizona. They got the win. Josh Skelton had 313 throwing the ball. Arizona just came out and just got the job done. Took it into OT and kicked the field goal, got up out of there. You know, Cleveland, McCoy, he's got concussion-like symptoms. They don't know if he's going to play next week either. You know, I mean, it's Cleveland. You know, but again, Arizona got the job done. Good luck, Arizona. San Diego 34, Baltimore 14. I took Baltimore in this game. That got me a loss. San Diego came out and played extremely well. Phillip Rivers had 270 throwing the ball. Matthews had 90 yards rushing for San Diego. Malcolm Floyd had 96 yards catching for San Diego. San Diego was bombing all night long in this Baltimore defense, especially at the rookie Jimmy Smith. Oh man, they were taking every single football his way. If they knew he was going to be single covered, or if they knew he was playing man to man on somebody, guess what, son? You were getting the ball if you were a receiver. And they took advantage of him, and it worked out. So hats off to San Diego. You guys got a win that got me a loss. San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco 20. Pittsburgh 3. I took San Francisco in this game, and you know what? Exactly like I said in my last video. Ben Roethlisberger threw for 330, but he also threw some interceptions, and he looked just immobile. He had no mobility at all. And, San Francisco's front seven got after him all night long. There were guys in his face all night long. There's a rookie. They had a rookie defensive end on San Francisco, a rookie defensive end / linebacker. He was rushing Ben Roethlisberger all night long. He had 3 sacks. Justin Smith for the San Francisco 49ers also had a couple sacks. Frank Gore ran for 65 yards in this game. San Francisco's offense, rolled pretty well. Alex Smith missed a couple wide receivers that were wide open for a couple touchdowns. I really thought that San Francisco could have put up more points than just 20. But you know what? They were getting the job done. David Akers also passed Jerry Rice. Excuse me. He also passed Jerry Rice, kicking a couple field goals in this game for the most points scored as a Niner. So hats off to San Francisco. You guys got a big win by beating Pittsburgh. Last but not least, the Philadelphia Eagles. The New York Jets at the Philadelphia Eagles. Philadelphia 45, the New York Jets 19. We just got dominated in this game. I thought we would lose this game, but I didn't think we would lose it in this fashion. We just looked trash offensively. It pretty much opened up with San Antonio catching the ball. Boom, he fumbles. They take that. They score off of that. Next play, next drive, Mark throws the ball to San Antonio. It literally hits him in the hands and goes right through his hands. Interception. Eagles, take that. They score on that. It was fumbling and bumbling just all night long, and our offense looked so bad, and our defense looked even worse. This was a big loss for us. If we would have won this game, this would have really put some separation between us and a couple other teams that are in the AFC East, or not the AFC wild card playoff chase. But at 8-6 by tiebreakers and all this other magic or whatever it is, we're still sitting in the last wild card spot in the 6th seed. So, we've basically got to win out, or it's going to be really bad news for us and we might miss the playoffs. But playing like we played Sunday really is just it was bad, man. It was bad. I'm not even going to go on and on about it, but it was plain bad. But Philadelphia won. That got me a win as well. So that's pretty much the end of my recap, guys. As always, guys, please comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Comment, rate, subscribe, like the videos. Go Jets, go Jets. We took a really bad loss this week, but hey, things happen. I'm still taking topics for my blog. I'm so confused. Send them to me, guys, in my inbox. So thank you guys for watching. Peace. See you guys next week.